Have you ever seen the book 7 Levels of Communication by Michael Maher? I hope you have. If you haven't read it, it's a phenomenal read. But I want to reveal something to you from his book that has direct connection to what it means to be a hippie capitalist video podcast show host. That was a mouthful, but follow me on this. So Mahar's book reveals a pyramid that he very intelligently created. That's my pyramid, okay? And in this pyramid, there are 2 zones, okay? The top here is my favorite zone, and it's where I hope you are spending most of your time. That is the influence zone. All right, your zone of influence, your influence zone, this is your time where you are spending influencing people in your world, and people that we are focused on as businesses is customers, potential customers. You want to spend time with them up here. Down here, he's got the information zone. So this is info zone. Okay. The info zone, not a bad zone to be in, but it's going to be less effective when it comes to the idea of closing new work. Okay. We want to get from here to here as frequently as possible and stay in this zone as long as possible so that we can build great relationships with our clients and our prospective clients. I also frequently add high-tier vendor partners because vendor partners are ideal referral partners to help you grow your business. So what's down here in the information zone? Let's start with that. Let's change colors here. Not a bad color. I like red. It's bright. It doesn't mean it's bad. But we have ads, advertising. We have digital communication. What is digital communication in this sense? Social media, what you're watching me on right now, which could be YouTube or social media or whatever. You know, wherever this video lands digitally, especially if maybe you're the uninitiated, maybe you've never heard of me before. Hi, I'm Josh Pies. I'm grateful for your attention. But that's all down here, okay? What is up here? Well, it's interesting, and Maher is focused largely on people in the real estate world, and handwritten notes are an interesting thing in real estate. It's very popular and common to talk about it. He actually has hand notes, N-O-T-E-S, right in the middle here as kind of a gap that bridges up to what I think we need to talk about. What we need to talk about, and I'm going to use green, hopefully it shows up well under these lights, but we have events, all right, and then we have one-to-ones. One-to-ones, if you're familiar with BNI, one-to-ones are in-person meetings where you have an opportunity to grow rich two-way relationships. Events are in-person where you also get networking opportunities and you get communication and collaboration and the cross-pollination of ideas. It's much easier to grow an affinity for each other the closer you are in proximity. And so the info zone is important to some degree. Now, you might have seen, and let me see if I can tear this off appropriately. New board, haven't used it. Not bad, don't like it, but here we go. So you might have seen a sales funnel before. What's a sales funnel? A sales funnel is usually inverted. All right, that sales funnel, the idea is people outside of your funnel are the uninitiated. It's, you know, there's what, about 8 billion people on the planet, and a bunch of them don't know who you are, what you do, what you sell, or why you even exist. Okay? And that's okay. We don't need to know everybody, and we don't need everybody to like us. We just need the right people to know, like, and trust us. So eventually what happens is some people make it into your system, right? And as they make it into your system, they are maybe seeing those ads, okay? And maybe seeing the digital communication. And they're going to keep working down that funnel to know, like, and trust you as they work down from the info zone to the influence zone. All right, so ad funnels, you know, people talk about funnel tech online a lot. You know, you see the Russell Brunsons of the world talking about your sales funnel and your digital sales funnel. You know, this has been a real thing, not digital, since sales began, but it's been formalized in a really intelligent way now. And so we talk almost too much about digital sales funnels and forget that these funnels have great importance. But here we are, ad funnels, digital communications, working people down into the influence zone where eventually you might get into that networking event, we'll just do NE for networking event, and one-to-one experiences where you can maybe close deals with people who know, like, and trust you, okay? And so this is really important stuff in my world. Why is it important in my world? Well, we are hippie capitalist video podcast producers. The hippie capitalist part is that we want to spend as much time in the influence zone with one-to-one relationships as possible. Anybody who's in sales, anybody who's in business development has to spend as much time there as possible. And a great way to do that is to have a video podcast. If you're a host of a show, I'm a host of my own show, you can bring guests on who are your ideal target customer, your current customer who can give you, testimonials and build more relationship with you, your ideal referral partner, somebody who could send you new work on the regular, that's good, and your ideal vendor partner, somebody who's already in your world or maybe about to be in your world, who also has your best interest at heart. Well, if they have your best interest at heart, what does that mean? They really want you to succeed, ergo, they're a referral partner because they're going to send people your way. All right? And also, those referral partners and those vendor partners are likely in some way an informal mastermind. If you're a Think and Grow Rich junkie like I am, then you appreciate the concept of a traditional mastermind that basically is kind of a board of advisors, a board of directors, a board of trustees maybe, who can pour into your business intellectually, also with contacts and connections for your success. All of that has great, great value in your business. And so when you do a show, you're bringing people in, giving them a place of honor with a lot of positive touch points and showing them a great time. It's the best steak dinner you've never eaten a steak at. It's better than going to the restaurant, better than coffee, better than a whole bunch of sweaty adults with sticks and balls out, figuring out how to hit the next one into the hole. You can tell I'm not a golfer and I don't enjoy golf because I don't see it as being fruitful for business. I might run around with my kids someday and do it, but I just can't wrap my head around building relationships, getting sweaty out in a field. That's you do you. But it's definitely not me. What I am always interested in is how my show can help me build quality relationships, which, by the way, is very soul-filling. I like that part of my business very much. And in that process, the relationships that we get can turn into dollars. And what I really enjoy about it is, though that's always present, because we have to sell, in my business, video podcasting opportunities, but in other businesses who do this with us, they're selling something different, and they do have to sell it. That's what they do. They help people genuinely with their products and services. There's zero wrong with that. Actually, everything's right with that. But if you think about the intentionality of having a relationship building moment, the potential for a future sale actually for a moment takes a back seat to the well-being of the customer, the potential customer, the referral partner. And that's the magic. That's the hippie capitalism. That right there where you're giving. And if you're involved in BNI, which I am, the concept of giving to gain, givers gain. What goes around really does come around. People blame it on karma. Okay, cool. Well, when you've done so much work to get somebody to know, like, and trust you and spend time in the influence zone where you're pouring into them, there's frankly no way it can't come back around to you if you're doing it genuinely. So that's what we do here. We're big fans of Maher's book. I believe that's how he pronounced his last name. Read 7 Levels of Communication. You should read that book. Even if you're not in real estate and mortgage and title, it is popular in that crowd for certain. But the principles for especially business-to-business sales are absolutely applicable for you. And when it comes to how you play that out, you really need to think about doing a video podcast. You could possibly do it on your own. Why not? You want to do it with few headaches, very few headaches. You want to do it in a really nice studio. We're in Studio A right now. It looks complete. I'm on my cell phone today. I just was inspired and I wanted to do this. So I'm doing it in Studio A. It looks a little bit different when we're running the pro cameras. But then also Studio B, which is my favorite studio. Check some of my other content. It's the black backdrop. It's really nice. So you can come in physically and do it, and then we have some clients doing it remote, and it's equally powerful because the attitude, the spirit is right, and then we handle all the headache stuff, all the editing, posting, you name it, we got you. So welcome to my studio. Thank you for watching this. Go buy that book. Michael, if you see this, thank you for writing that. That was a powerful, powerful thing. I've read it twice now, and both times I got a ton. So with that, go about your work day, be a hippie capitalist, pour into other people. I swear it pays off.